Okay, Tech Math 2, Review 7-8, Part 4, the last final part. Alright, so we're looking at number 26 on the review. It's a diameter of a grinding wheel, and it's spinning around at 185 RPMs. And they want us to transform it from RPMs to linear velocity in feet per minute. So that's kind of a jerk move because it's revolutions per minute, but they gave us the diameter. We don't want the diameter. We want the radius. So we're going to take that 7.2 divided by 2 and use the 3.6. Linear velocity, if you think about it, think of it as like an arc length of, it's rolling on the ground. So if I dipped it in paint and then rolled a wheel, it would just make this straight line. So each revolution makes a certain, line on it. And so we're going to look at that as 185 revolutions in 1 minute. Except we don't want revolutions. So we think, okay, I want revolutions to go away. So 1 revolution is equivalent to 2 pi radians. Well, think about that. If I have it in radians, which now I have it in radians, I can just multiply that by the radius. The radians in the theta in radians times radius is the arc length, or in this case, the circumference. So 3.6 inches. And that's not going to be over, that's just going to be over 1. That's just, we're multiplying these to find the length that's left on the ground. All right. Now, one last problem. It's in inches, but they want it in feet. So that's kind of a jerk move. On the test, they just leave it in whatever they gave it to you. You don't have to do this last thing on the test. So we have to think 12 inches in 1 foot, and that will kill the inches off. So the inches are gone, the revolutions are gone, the radians really disappear because we took the radians times that, and so we're left with feet per minute, which is what they want. So feet per minute. So we multiply all the stuff on the top, all the stuff on the bottom. We end up with 4,184.601 on the top, 12 on the bottom. That's going to be in feet per minute. And then we actually divide it, so it's per minute. So 348.7 feet in 1 minute. And that is our linear velocity. Linear velocity. All right. So on the next one, remember that's called stoichiometry. Chemists use that all the time. All right, so now on the next one we're going to do 27. So on the test, even on the online test, I'm going to have this big old thing right on the front. Use, so for 27, it's going to say use velocity is equal to the funky W times R. And so this problem ends up being hopefully one of the easiest ones on the test because they give you the W, 11.2, and they give you the radius, 6.15. And all you have to do is multiply those two together to get 68.80 inches in 1 second. So inches per second, 68.8 inches per second. Done. 33. Find the third angle, given that one angle is 62 degrees, 43 minutes. The other angle is 43 degrees, 28 minutes. So again, you could do this strictly in your calculator. You'd go second, second apps on your calculator is angle, and you'll find degrees and minutes on there. So you could type it in 62 degrees, 43 minutes plus 43 degrees, 28 minutes. Hit enter, and it'll give you a decimal readout, and then you have to go back to second angle and go degrees, minutes, seconds, the DMS. Enter it again, and it'll kick it back to this. That's a lot of screwing around. I'm going to show you how to do it just by hand. You add straight down. You think of it as like, instead of degrees and minutes, think of it as hours and minutes. If this were hours and minutes, you would add up the minutes, get 11, carry the 1, 5, 6, 71 minutes. But you don't say however many hours in 71 minutes, because every 60 minutes is an hour. Well, in the same way, every 60 minutes is a degree. So we take that off. That's 11 minutes left over, and now 1 degree gets added on up there. And so 2, 3, 606 degrees. 11 minutes, but we're not done. That's adding the 2 up. We have to subtract from 180. But 180 isn't nice to subtract from, so we're going to make it 179 degrees 60 minutes. That is the same as 180, just like if it was hours, it would be 179 hours and 60 minutes. It's the same as 180 hours. Subtract off the 106.11. And there we go. We don't even have to borrow or nothing. 49 degrees, or 49 minutes, sorry, 49 minutes, 73 degrees. Okie dokie. The 180, if you said, hey, where did the 180 come from? These were interior angles of a triangle. They always have to add up to 180. So they gave us 2 angles, asked us to find the third. That's the third missing angle. All right, let's finish off just 34, and then part 4 is done. Hopefully you'll be ready for this test. So 34, you're putting in the sine, 13 degrees, 2 minutes, 49 seconds. You could just literally type that in. Do 13 second apps degrees, 2 second apps minutes, 49 alpha plus, I think it is alpha plus. It is alpha plus. And then I'll put that in there, hit enter, and it kicks out 0.22575. Cosine 33 degrees, 15 minutes, 9 seconds, 83626. Again, if you want to do it a slightly different way, you divide that by 3600, divide that by 60, add it to 13, and do the 13 point blah, 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 the sign of 13 point, and then that'll give you the same answer. All right? So, be ready for the test. That means study like you're taking it without open notes. I know you're going to have open notes, but study a lot so that you don't run short on time. All right? And good luck.